Ben and and Morgan, I really thought when they first came on the screen, Ben made it really awkward when he asked Morgan, when did she think that they would say, I love you? I'm like, why would you even say that? I think he's just naturally awkward.
Because he's like 12. He's like a kid. He's smart, takes good care of himself, fiscally sound, let's just say that. But he's like a kid. But like, why would you ask that? When do you think we're going to do that?
Exactly. You know what?
When do you think we're going to get to that level?
You know what I did like, though? When Morgan gave him the warning about words, right? Because if you know that's a trigger for you, you got to kind of let people know. And it's true. You can never take back the words that you've said no matter what. Like, you don't believe in the apology, so you say you meant it, right? And that's basically what you're saying. Like, hey, be careful what you say to me, because if you say it in anger, I'm going to take it as such. And that's what it is. You say these things, I'm going to take it as such. And I like the fact that she tells him this up front. I like that.
I would have to ask her, can you give me an example?
Oh, yeah, I definitely need a bunch of those.
What you're talking about. Because help me understand if you're like, hey, how's your steak? Yeah, it's a little dry. You going to lose your shit because I was honest?
Are you saying I'm dry? No, I said the steak.
Yeah, are you saying?
So the goddamn steak is dry. I know you cooked it.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, next time, take the shit off earlier. That's all I'm saying. But I love Morgan's outfit when her and Ben had dinner, because Morgan is weird. She's back in the day, many moons ago when you were single, did you ever see a girl that, like, one day you're like, wow, she looks really good, and the next day you're like, And then you see him again, it's like a Two-Face, right? There's an episode of Seinfeld, I think, where they talked about Two-Face. Like, in certain 50% lights,
of us have watched Seinfeld.
Well, some of us like good TV. Some of us don't.
Exactly. And those of us that do like good TV don't watch Seinfeld.
So anyway, but this is also coming from the person who loves Married at First Sight and reality shows. So I think your opinion is a little suspect on this, because I didn't ask to do this shit. But I thought her outfit looked really good. And then Ben, I get Ben's really close with his family, and family is super important to him. But I don't think it's fair to judge someone else because they're not close with their family.
Exactly.
It means that they're not family oriented. That's not the case. It's just maybe their family could be a little jacked up and they don't want to hang with their family, but they could be a part of your family and be okay with that, as long as his mommy likes her.
Right. As long as he gets off the teat. Because, here's the thing about it. He, as the man, what he should have done was ask the question, what happened?
Yeah.
Why? The easiest question to ask somebody is why. Because, her dad wasn't at the wedding. She didn't tell her dad that she was getting married because there's a problem. What is it? Now, granted, she's probably never going to talk about it on camera. So I hope that at least he had that conversation with her when the cameras weren't there. But that's the question he needs to ask, and not judge her for not being close to the entire family, because just because you're related don't mean you're all going to be good. Let's be real.
Exactly. And just because you're family don't mean y'all have to kick it. It's totally okay. But I think he's just a little bit judgy. Now, where do you stand on this whole one college credit lie that she did?
Here's the thing about it, right? She came to him in confidence and even said, don't tell anybody else this, but here's what it is. And what's the first thing he does is run and tell his boyfriend, Justin, right? And then knowing, now Justin is whipped. So because then he even says, and I'm sure he told Alexis, so why would you do that? Why? If you have that, I wouldn't even do that because I would think it was a test to see if I would pass that information on.
Well, I think, number one, don't ever commit a crime with Ben. Because
he tell it.
He gonna tell it. Terrell, come from around there. They caught us. The police are here. They caught us. Terrell's over there. He was with me.
It was his idea.
Yeah, it was his idea. I didn't really want to do this. But I totally hear you. I agree with you that she told him that confidence. But end of the day, she still lied. Now, whether the experts didn't do their part, she lied to the experts because she said that she had a degree. Now, you take jobs, right? I don't do education verification. You got a bachelor's on your resume? Cool. I just hope you're smart when it comes to the meetings and putting a PowerPoint together. If you come on your first day of the job and you grab the mouse and put it on the screen, I know we have a problem.
And then next Terminator, why? There's a mouse at my desk.
Yeah. So, but I mean, you don't really check. So I can't say the experts are like going to run that type of background check to get proof that you graduated from college. But I'm like, if it's not that big a deal, why did you say it in confidence? It's one credit. Who cares? But, I got one more credit left. But, I got to save up some money, take this one last class. They only offer it this time of the year. That's why I haven't gotten it yet. Let's move on. But if it's not that big a deal, it's because she's ashamed. She feels bad, the fact that she lied. And she feels now people are going to judge her, and that's why she broke down crying.
She didn't even have to tell him that in the first place. Not now, until the very end when she was actually getting to the class. So the fact that she told him that because she felt close to him, she's trying to share and be open with him because she didn't lie to him about it. And if you say, she lied to the experts. Well, the experts didn't do what they were supposed to do. And at the end of the day, it's like she tried to be honest and open with him. And once you break that trust, it's tough. And he's got a long road to rebuild that trust.
Okay, but that's the big thing. That is going to be the deal breaker of the trust. It's not like she's like, look, I killed 5 people back in my hometown. That's why I'm here. Don't tell anybody. You got one credit to take a class and to get your bachelor's. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was that. I think the fact that, and you ever had this happen? A person realizes that you have your life in order, you have your financials, you have your finances in order, and all that stuff, and so they feel intimidated. Thus, they start telling you shit. Well, I've been trying, but I had some things, and a couple things happened, and I had a business partner, like Nate had a business partner, and things go well, so we had to file bankruptcy. You're saying all this stuff because you're intimidated by the fact that this person you're with has their shit together, and you don't. Right. So you're trying to set the stage so they don't judge you, and I think she could feel intimidated by somebody like Ben, who is on top of his game. Yeah. Right? She has all this debt. She hasn't finished her schooling yet. So she's embarrassed. But I don't think like that is the biggest of deals.
It's not.
Yeah, but she made it seem like you really hurt me. Over a college credit?
No, it wasn't over the college credit. You're stuck on the college credit. It's not about the college credit. It's about the trust. If I say to you, my spouse, don't say anything to anybody, why the fuck are you telling anybody? This dude you just met. Are you kidding? This is not even your homeboy that you grew up with, that you really know how he is. You just met him. We're all in this group together. You know he can't keep his mouth shut. You know he is whooped. Yeah. Why are you going to go tell him? Because you know he going to tell her. And she ain't going to keep it quiet. She going to tell somebody else. So why would you do that to me? So I am with her in being upset. And I really thought she handled the financial conversation very well, too, because she took control of it and telling him, like, look, I'm not going to ask you for a cent. You don't have to worry about it. Because he came off really judgy and really condescending in that moment. And she's like, look, I'm not going to ask you for a cent. I won't tell you how to spend your money. I won't tell you how to invest your money, any of that stuff. We are not on the same financial standing right now. I know that. You're in a better place financially than I am. I'm fine with that. I'm not here for your money. Keep your shit. It's basically what she said.
You know what? You're right, Yanni.
Thank you. Say that again, please.
You're right. I was wrong. I was wrong to think that Morgan is going on this reality show and she wants she wants certain things about her life to be confidential and private and doesn't want her husband to expose anything about her because she likes to keep certain things close to the vest. I made an assumption. My fault.
Oh, boy. I knew this was going somewhere else when you said I was right. And you said it too clearly and repeated it. Yeah. And repeated it. Yeah. I knew there was something.
I'm like, yeah, you're right. Confidentiality is really important on reality shows. I should have thought about that, and I didn't. So I apologize.
Well, I will say this though. At least Ben realized his wrongdoing, right? And going to Justin, and even went back to Justin and told him that, yo, I was wrong for this, right? But to me, Justin's response, Justin he is in love with Alexis, and if that falls through, he's going to marry Ben next. Because he's like, well, you deserve the perfect person. There is no perfect person. Now, is there a perfect person for you? Yes. But you know what? Usually you're too blind to recognize that person is the perfect person for you. And you would never find that out on your own. Fate has to step in some way, shape, or form. It's not always what you think. So Justin, shut up, because let that man admit that he was wrong and try to build and mend that fence with his wife.
Well, yeah. I mean, Justin's not someone I would take dating or relationship advice from. So, Ben, you might want to just, hey, thanks for sharing that, Justin. I'm going to go talk to Miguel and Nate.
Now, interesting thing was at the end of this, like as they get down to the end, you realize that Morgan's saying that she doesn't want to come home and take care of someone. It sounded really selfish. And you can see everybody looking a little worried, especially Ben looking really worried about it. But consider her job as a nurse. I kind of get it. And I feel like, to be fair, because you saw them in the confessional together after, and she's like, don't worry about it. I got you on that. I'll take care of that. I'll do this. I feel like that was her payback for him putting their business out there. She went in front of everybody just to put him on blast for doing that shit to her earlier.
It could be, but I agree with what she said. Because, I work in recruiting. Sometimes I'm glad I come home and there's no one here because I don't want to talk. I've been talking all day. I couldn't imagine, you go home, there's family and kids, and you got to keep talking after you've been talking all day. She's been taking care of people, cleaning up after people, all kind of stuff. Like, does she really want to come home and take care of baby Ben? But that's what baby Ben wants.
Yes.
He wants a mommy that's going to come and have dinner ready and, put a Band-Aid on his boo-boos from the gym and all this stuff. She doesn't want to do all that. And I'm like, he has to be okay with that too. I get they're in a relationship, but there has to be compromise. He just can't say, you should be doing the things that I want. And she can't say, well, look, I'm not doing any of that because I don't want to.
What's he going to do for her when she gets home? What's he going to do for her? Is he going to have a bath for her when she gets home? Because sometimes it's a give and take. You got to be able to do the two, So I agree with you.
He's probably going to hit her with a Excel spreadsheet of her expenses and what she's. I noticed you went to Starbucks today.